Welcome back to Fantasy Turf War, the show where 64 teams go head-to-head to see who's the ultimate champion. I am, of course, your Commissioner Cory, and we have another interview for you today. Today we bring you Peachtree Growlers out of Peachtree Corners, Georgia, which is the Atlanta area. And it's an awesome interview. We sit down with Kurt and Justin. Justin and I have become fast friends because we are the only Raiders players at the time of recording, and so he is automatically a friend. And we sit down, we talk a whole lot of beer, make one of them chug a beer at the end of this, and they've got some cool collectibles. But wanted to let you know a little bit about Peachtree Growler before we get started. You know, they have some of the best beers in the state of Georgia, from $3 draft beer on Tuesdays to 15% off your entire bill on Fridays during Hoppy Hour. Get it? Hoppy Hour. Special, and that is 3 to 7 p.m. on Fridays. They also have probably what I like the most is monthly trading card nights, and are currently promoting draft party packages. They're giving away a free fantasy football draft party in August to one lucky winner. And make sure you have to follow them on all their platforms. Of course, we'll link to all those in the show notes. And make sure you show them some love. So we talk about the trading cards in this episode as well. And and for all of the Taylor Swift, Falcons, and Chiefs fans out there, they are giving away tickets to the 2024 Falcons versus Chiefs game in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Again, you have to follow them on their social media in order to stay in the loop and be entered. I'm going to enter that as well, if they let me. But yeah, so check them out on all their socials. We'll make sure we link to everything below. It's really an awesome group of guys, and I'm a little jealous I didn't have a beer with me in the middle of the interview, but I'm glad that they're doing what they do, and they're awesome guys. So enjoy the interview, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. It's a beautiful Monday out here in North Carolina. A little hot, but can't complain. It's okay. So welcome to Fantasy Turf War. Welcome to the league. This is an intense competition. So you got 64 teams. It's no joke. And wanted to take the time today and get to learn a little bit more about your business and kind of how you guys got your start, and explain to us, what a growler is and some of the perks behind that. So I'll let you introduce yourselves, and then just go ahead and explain, what you're about.
All right. Hey, my name's Kurt Swilly. I'm one of the owners here at Peachtree Growler. And this is Justin.
How you doing? I'm Justin White. I'm one of the owners here at Peachtree Growler. We got our start in May of 2013, and we're 11 years strong. We basically are a beer wine bar that also sells growlers. And what a growler is this wonderful thing right here that you fill up to take beer home. We sell craft beer mainly, and like I said, wine. But we also do some catering events for corporate stuff and swim and tennis, things and stuff like that, because we have 8 mobile taps that we can take anywhere. So that's a little bit about us.
Very cool. So what's your preference? What type of beer is your favorite?
For me, it's IPAs, hazy IPAs, double IPAs. That is, I guess I'm always behind the trend, so that's what I'm on now, because that's running away and going somewhere else. But that's still the beer preference for me.
I look at beer like I look at children. I don't have a favorite. I love them all.
Well put. I like that. I like that a lot. What's behind the name Peachtree? Where does the name come from?
So we're in Peachtree Corners, Georgia, which is a suburb of Atlanta, and we're also on Peachtree Parkway. And if you know Atlanta, then you know that there's a lot of streets that have Peachtree in it. So the original owner, I think, felt that it was a good name for the area and just for Atlanta in general.
Very cool. So I'm not familiar with some of the laws in place. I imagine there's plenty. So when it comes to purchasing from like a growler, I'm assuming you can't ship anything out to like North Carolina, right?
Not to our knowledge. No,
Okay.
I don't think you can go across state lines.
Darn.
Because we're not a distributor. We're a store. So.
But people can be creative.
Yeah.
Oh, the business can be creative.
I say there's a road trip in the future. Like I feel like that's coming. So we'll work something out. I gotta get something going. And you said, wait, what was that? Mobile taps then, right? So Yeah.
Yeah.
How far does the mobile go?
Well, I mean, it really we try to keep it within about a 20-mile radius, but for the right price, I mean,
You can go anywhere for the right price. Yeah, that's for sure.
Fair enough.
hey,
We'll
a good entrepreneur always finds a way to make it work.
that is true. That is very true. So we're thinking we're going to have some ideas popping up in the background, see what we can come up with. But I sense a road trip coming up here.
All right.
Absolutely.
I used to live out in Columbia, which is only a few hours away, so it's not too far, not too hard to get there.
Yeah,
Definitely
no, not at all.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and switch gears here. Let's talk shop a little bit. So, Fantasy Turf Wars, 64 teams. Like I said, no joke. It's some serious competition. Winning is going to be a very big challenge and a very big victory if you're able to pull it off. But you guys bring 20 years of experience to the table, so I think you're definitely on the upper end of that spectrum. I think the average right now is about 12 years of experience, so you've got the wins there. But the real question is, how many championships do you guys have on your belt?
I'll let you answer first.
For me, I'm middle of the pack usually. I have won 2 championships. One was in college and one was in pro. But a lot of times I end up middle of the pack, and I am not an overachiever when it comes to fantasy football. So I'll have to really stay on top of it in this, because usually a lot of times I've played with only 12 teams. So I know it's 64, but I know there's 4 divisions. So our division of 16 teams, to stay on top will not be easy without paying a lot of attention. So.
Yep, that's true.
I have I've won 5, but I'm like the Atlanta Braves. I end up playing in championships and I just don't win. I'm that guy that I have a player that gets hurt literally, like, or I'm in a league where it gets to all 16 weeks and players are sitting, and I'm just like, come on, man, for real? Like, you're killing me. Because no matter what, like, the guy backing him up is never going to be as good, and everybody else is taken. So you just kind of get, you get played in that a little bit. But I've got 5. I'll take them. They all counted. They were all good. They weren't COVID years. We had people in the stand. So I love fantasy football. It's one of my favorite things to do to pass time. So
okay, yeah. Look, 5 championships is nothing to sneer at either. So like, I've got 6, and I've been playing for 13 years. So like, it takes a lot to get there, and even just making the championship. Look, at some point it's just luck, right? So you get there, that's half the battle. At least get yourself in that spot. So I think kudos for at least making the championship. I mentioned this on quite a few of the interviews, but I'm notorious for going into the playoffs with the best record and the highest score, and immediately losing.
I've had that happen quite a few times myself.
So I know how that feels. It hurts a little bit, but yeah. All right, so 20 years experience, and I think you alluded to before, you guys are in the Atlanta area, and I think, Kurt, you are an Atlanta Falcons fan. Is that true for you as well, then, Justin?
So I am an Atlanta Falcons fan and a Las Vegas Raiders fan.
All right.
I'm both.
Yeah. So
my Raiders came from Bo Jackson, and the Falcons played the Raiders when I was 12, and Falcons shut Bo down. And I come home, my dad's like, "Did you hear? Like, Bo got like 12 yards today." I was like, "Dad, I'm actually a Raiders fan too." And he was like, "Welcome to the commitment of excellence," and then starts telling me the history, and that was it. Like, it just kind of stuck because he was a Raiders fan too. So,
all right, yeah, that warms my heart.
People back there in the background. So
yeah,
it looks like we're going to be fast friends.
Yeah, we'll dive into that here for a second. So, one, you guys are actually kind of the outliers, and it's very odd to me that being Falcons fans from the Atlanta area, so like it matches your hometown. I would have thought that would have been the norm for most of the teams in the league, and it seems like there's a mismatch, and that most people don't like the team from their hometown. So I'm not sure why that happens, but it's more than half. Yeah, it's been a little weird. So you guys are in the minority there.
I can understand that. Being a Falcons fan, it would be nice to switch.
Yeah. So
yeah, once it's in your blood, though, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. It's in you, and that's how I feel. Like, everybody goes to 28-3, right? They're way, and I mean, I'll tell you, even in that Super Bowl, I was already like waiting for the shoe to drop. The Falcons get embarrassed nationally on every chance they get, but it doesn't change that this is my hometown and this is my team because it's my hometown. I've never, I'm a native, and same with Kurt. Like, this just is what you do. You deal with it.
Yep, I'm the same way. So I was born and raised in Chicago, the Chicagoland area. So I grew up like respecting the home team. I kind of got that natural hatred for the Packers, but I didn't really like the Bears. But yeah, I was raised a Raiders fan, so I'm a full-on Raiders fan since day one. Just raised that way. There may or may not be some pictures of me in a Cowboys jacket when I was a kid, but it's photoshopped. It's totally photoshopped.
Oh, I won't tell.
Yeah, it's only got 1-star rating, so you can't be that much of a Cowboys fan. So, on the topic of the Raiders, sir, you are the first and only person to date of recording that is a Raiders fan in the league. So I think you are going to bump up on my ratings just a hair. No particular reason, but just a hair. I've been very disappointed. Yeah, I'm not. It's a Catholic guilt thing, right? Like I'm not upset. I'm disappointed that there are not more Raiders fans currently in the league. Actually, the majority of I think we just put out the statistics today that there's more Cowboys fans in the league than anything else. So we're already off on the wrong foot. But
it's like Brock Bowers. There's a whole bunch of people sleeping on you.
Yeah,
that's what that means. We're getting ready to come up.
So yes, you are officially the only Raiders fan so far in the league. So you have my respect, sir.
Well, thank you.
All right. So we got that you're Falcons fans, Raiders fans, really. 20 years experience. So, I think it's a considerable achievement just to make at least the top 8, which would be playoffs for us. So top 2 in the division. I think that's certainly obtainable, with the balance of knowledge on both your guys' ends, with the experience of getting to the championships. I think you guys have got what it takes. So I think you're in a good position. I think you're definitely a team to watch for sure. So let's go ahead and switch us into what we call overtime. So what we like to do, just to get people out of the normal everyday and kind of get them out of the bubble a little bit. We got 3 questions, no study guide, no preparation. You have no idea what I'm about to ask you, and it's just answer whatever way feels best to you. So here we go. Question number 1: do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens? I do not believe in aliens. I have not seen strong proof that there are aliens, so until then, I will probably never be a believer.
I don't either. I'm not saying that they can't exist. I'm just saying I currently, like Kurt, like, you know what? I'm like Missouri. You got to show me. Like, I'm not one to just believe in something like that without proof.
Okay,
so,
fair enough. What would you consider like enough proof? Like, does the dude have to get off the ship and shake your hand?
Yeah, no, it would have to be Mars attacks. I'd have to see a flaming cow, and then see the aliens.
Okay. Do they have to sound like that though? Because that could get kind of annoying.
That would annoy me. Yeah, they can speak English. I don't care, or whatever language they want, as long as it's not that weird high pitched, like yak 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 sound.
All right, fair enough. All right, question number 2. What is the most unusual item in your current setting, and what is the story behind it? And unusual can be whatever you want. We've had plenty of things come up on the show. It could be anything. Although, coming off of one of the past interviews, I don't recommend showing me any stolen goods. That doesn't do well.
That would be good.
Okay, yeah, hold up. You know what? You want to see it?
Sure. You can show it, or you can explain it, or whatever works.
If you look over there, right?
Okay.
See, but here, I'll even walk over a little bit. There is a display of baseball cards with the 1988 Donruss display box of Dale Murphy. And in most places, you probably wouldn't see something like that, especially in a beer bar. But Kurt and I, along with my daughter, own a baseball card collectible company. She's 11, and she kind of got excited. She pulled a really hard-to-get card, and the first pack she opened, it was worth $350. And it kind of got both of us excited about baseball cards again, so we decided to start this little company called Jack's Wax, or Jack's House of Cards, as the government calls us. But it stands for Justin, Allie, and Kurt. So I would say that's probably the most unique thing or strange thing that you would find in here compared to, any other place like us.
A bar.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to bring you on to chat about the cards because we also fancy ourselves some collectible cards, some PSAs, some CGCs. So
Cool.
love our cards. Yeah, I think we can go all day about that. From do you guys collect anything other than sports? Or do you guys strictly sports or?
So we have other stuff. We don't. Neither one of us know anything about it. Yeah. My daughter knows a little bit, but we're fortunate enough that we have a friend that at one point was like a world ranked Pokemon player, and then another friend that's a huge like Magic guy. So when it comes to like G game cards, we've got people that can help us.
Okay.
But once you start stepping outside of that, some stuff like Garbage Pail Kids maybe. We do that or old school. Now my favorite is the old school 1989 Topps Batman cards, stuff like that. I love.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we do know some other stuff, but mainly our background is sports.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, I love the collectible cards, and one of the other teams in the league is a sports memorabilia store. So you two might have a natural partnership, if you will. So
yeah,
we'll connect the dots there. But yeah, I love graded cards, and my family collects pretty much everything under the sun. I think my dad's currently in the process of getting all of his. I don't remember the exact name, but I think it's a Star Wars Unlimited set. Getting all those graded, so working through those, and of course, you got your
the 70s, right?
Yep.
So you have the CPU with the appendage.
I'm not sure.
That card is hilarious. I want to buy one. I've literally thought about buying one for the last
rare,
3 months. No, they're all over the place. No. They're just graded 10 is rare because of how old the card is, and it's made out of cardboard.
One rarer than the other. I think stop the kids. Okay.
So he's definitely working through that pile, and it's taking a while to get through. But they're there,
right?
And base set Pokemon, not first edition or anything. We were late to that game, but so cool. Yeah, like I said, we go all day on collectible cards. So love it. Actually, where's it at? I have nerd moment. I have no idea what it's worth, but I thought it was cool. It's a Travis Kelce. It's a number.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's numbered. It's cool.
Yeah.
Is he signed?
I love the background being the Chiefs logo.
That's fine though.
So, I hate the Chiefs, but that logo being in the background looks cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Swift fans that would buy that from you now. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure my nieces are in the next room over. If I showed them, it's probably going to get stolen. So end up somewhere I don't want it.
Some custom art, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift cards for them. I do. So we'll talk about that. Shoot me an email. We'll talk about that.
Custom cards. That's an idea. We have some ideas at Fantasy Turf War. We're gonna have to connect some dots here. Okay. All right. So there's a little sneak preview.
Yeah.
All right. So question 3. You remember those questions we were talking about? We gotta go back to question 3. All right. In this one, and I'll preface this with, you can take it as serious as you want or as not serious as you want. There's no pressure either way. Imagine you have the entire world's attention for 30 seconds, and they have to listen. What do you tell them to the entire world in 30 seconds?
You have an idea?
Oh, yeah, I got a great idea.
You go with it.
You remember the beginning of Eddie Murphy Delirious, where he's a kid and he's telling the joke about the giraffe, or was it an elephant or giraffe in Africa? Well, he never finished the joke. I'd want to know the end of that joke, and that's what I'd tell. Where he turns and the monkey says and starts farting. I want to know the rest of that joke, and I want to tell that to the entire world.
Okay. That's from the 80s, right? So that's been bothering you for a lot of years.
I feel like you've been carrying that one for a while.
Actually, I just came up with it because you asked that. I'm like, the first thought I had was that moment, like when you're a kid and you get the whole room's attention, and you tell like the worst, most vulgar joke you could tell that you didn't realize was that, for a little kid to say was that bad, that kind of thing. And that's where it led straight to that. Sorry, I'm ADD, so I have like 5 thoughts in 10 seconds.
All good.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Kurt?
Golly, if I had the attention of the whole world for 30 seconds, I would ask America, is this the best we can do with our political system right now? That's what I would do. I mean, I just wonder, we have a bunch of us that are 40s, 50s, 60s, and we got this for America as politics. I don't know. I just feel like we can do better. So,
yeah. So generally, we try and stay a little apolitical, but
I'm sure you do.
But I think I share the opinion, not the opinions of Fantasy Turf War, but of myself, that the only requirements to be president of the United States, or just in general, it's 35, naturally born. You got to live in the United States for 14 years, non-consecutive. There's got to be at least 2 better options, 3 better options.
Yeah, I'm not talking anything. I'm just talking about the options. I'm not just saying one or the other. I'm just talking about the whole options right now we have.
Yeah. I think there was a neurosurgeon on the table at one point. I'm like, hey, there's some education background there, But I think we're long overdue for some fresh takes on politics, and I think that it's a stance that a lot of people share, is that that we want to put the best and brightest, not who did whatever to get there, because they gotta represent us, and hopefully they're doing a good job with that up there. That's why we put them up there, right? So, otherwise, if they're not doing the job, send them home. Send them to someone who will. So, I think it's a good way to end it. Look, some people use that 30 seconds to plug all of their businesses. So someone uses it just a straight up commercial. But okay.
Yeah.
No, so we'll make sure we plug everything. But I do want to ask. So Justin finished his since we started the interview. But Kurt, I noticed you've got some left there. Is there any plans?
Oh wait. Okay, here.
He's gonna dump it out, isn't he? Justin, he's a Raiders fan. Justin, you're a Raiders fan. You'll tell me the truth.
Let me finish.
Yeah. No. Okay, there's a part that you don't know. We also have a third partner that doesn't like ever being on camera. Right there. So he walked over and drank.
Yes, there you go. That's my
team player.
Yep.
There's always somebody in the back. What do they say? Behind every fantasy football team, there's someone in the back drinking the beer. So.
Yep.
I usually try to wait till 5 o'clock before I really start having one, or I get in trouble.
Yeah, we're close enough. It's after 12.
Hey, no, if you're cool with it, I will make a plug. We're doing a fantasy football package. So if you live in the Atlanta area and you want to do a draft in our store, we have a catering license. We can shut the store down, and you can have it. We've got packages that are coming out hopefully by the end of this month, if not the very 1st of July. And they'll include pizza, beer, all that good stuff. And we'll also deliver it if you live within our 5-mile range, or radius. So, but yeah, that would be the biggest plug I've got right now.
Absolutely. And so I want to make sure everyone covers that too. So you have a website and all of your social medias. Of course, we'll link in the show notes, but you do have a promotion going on. Make sure you take advantage of that before the draft season's impractical. So you've got till September 4th-ish, so about before Labor Day. So I'm sure all that information is on your website, so please go check that out. And,
it will be by the first week of July at the latest.
All right.
Sounds good. No pressure, right?
Always pressure.
Awesome. Well, again, we'll make sure that all those plugs are on there so people can find you. If you are in the Atlanta area, please stop by, grab yourself a growler. Have one for me. Bring one up to Raleigh for me. We'll have to sort this out. So,
we got you.
Yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. I look forward to seeing you guys progress in the league. I do tell all the teams this, but I do wish you the best season so far and nothing but success. And I really mean it for you guys. But
thank you.
Actually, I really do. You're the only Raiders fan in the league, so I've got to.
Hey, that's why you got the smile you got, man.
Well, but in all seriousness, I do pass through the Atlanta area every once in a while. My dad lives down in Florida, so it's not too far of a detour. So I will be swinging by at some point, and we'll definitely be sharing some ideas on collectible cards and sharing a couple beers over it. So I look forward to it.
Yes,
but best of luck to you gentlemen in the season, and we will see you guys on the draft.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks.